Last time on Surviving Maine. Convinced they were on the bottom, Becky and Becca tried to get Tony to flip on Cameron. In one of the wildest tribal councils ever, both Becky and Jazzy played their idols. After 3 rounds of voting, Brandon was forced to turn on his secret alliance, and Becca was voted out of the game. 5 players remain.
Whew, that tribal was crazy. I didn't think Brandon was gonna flip ever.
Alrighty, so we just went to tribal. It was definitely the craziest tribal of the season so far.
That's
That
for your
was so
resume.
good.
If you can make it to the final 3, that is a great one.
Tony, Jazzy, and Cam voted for Becky, like they said they were going to. And Becky played her idol, which resulted in Jazzy playing her idol on Cam.
I honestly was willing to save either of them, and I figured they were gunning for Cameron, so that's why I gave him my idol, which leaves me vulnerable for this next tribal.
Becky's idol got flushed out. Jasmine's idol got flushed out.
So all the votes were negated, so we did a revote, and it kind of like exposed me for sure. But I don't want to go to the end with 2 people who are definitely playing the best, like Cam and Jazzy. So I don't know. So I tried. But then we went to a revote where the 2 sides voted for Tony and Becca.
I was very nervous it was going to be me once my name came up on the second round vote.
So it left me as the only person that didn't receive any votes.
We voted again, and at that point, the only person who would be drawing rocks was Brandon, and he wasn't going to sacrifice himself, obviously.
I honestly contemplated both. I knew no one else was going to flip their vote. I still feel so bad. I tried to make a move, it didn't work. I feel really guilty, but I had to switch my vote because I'm not gonna quit.
So it ended up being Becca going home, and that was very upsetting. I felt personally responsible for her going out because I don't know, because I didn't think that I planned all the way through. I didn't think we'd get to that point, honestly. And so that really feels horrible.
I contemplated keeping my vote on Tony, but in the end, I didn't come here to give up at 6th just because I feel bad. So unfortunately, I did have to switch my vote back onto Becca so that I could stay.
And it made Brandon feel horrible because he had to, he's basically the one who made that final decision to vote out Becca.
After tribal, I walked away and went to the bathroom, cried for 30 seconds, and then came out and I was like, okay, we're good.
I don't know why Cameron and Brandon really want to sit next to each other. It doesn't seem like they do, but they shouldn't want to sit next to each other. They both have built their resumes enough, especially now with Brandon trying to make that move. I think it was good for his resume.
I still think I have a good connection to Brandon, even though he just flipped on me. I wanted to keep him in the game.
So, I mean, I'm gonna try my best to still get Cam and Jazzy out. I think that's my only play at this point. So I'm gonna work on Tony. If it doesn't work, then I'll probably end up going home, who knows.
I don't think he blew up his game at all. He made a move at Tribal Council, a very visible move that everyone saw. So I think he just became even more of a threat. I think really anyone besides Tony right now could win this thing, and it really just depends on kind of the makeup of the final three and how the jury perceives it. I still don't want to go to the end with Jasmine, but that might be my best bet.
You know, I've been kind of working all along with Cameron and Brandon, and I know that I've been shady and they've been shady too, because things change every day. But I've kind of like come back around to like, okay, I'll go with Brandon and Cameron. And I think it'd be fun to be us three at the end, because it'd be like, who really was the better player? And I think that's just fun.
So they let their guard down around the fire after Tribal. Jazzy and Cam said to me in front of Becky and Tony that they would want to take me to the final three in front of Tony. So there's still hope that I can pull Tony in after he heard that comment. So I'm going to try my best. We'll see what happens.
One of y'all would have done Cameron, one of y'all would have done Brandon.
I'm picking it up. You heard them just now say that Brandon, Jasmine, and Cameron are final three, right? They made that pact right in front of you. So, if there's anything we can do next, and maybe like I'm willing to do that.
I had to help you out last round. So
I appreciate
hope you know that, and Becky got the bad end of the deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
As for the challenges, I mean, it's set up. As for the challenges, I think fire building is going to be final 5, and those ladders look like they're going to be final 4. So if I can make it to final 4, I feel confident that I'll be able to win that final 4 challenge. Final 5, not so confident.
I'm completely like, I'm going to try really hard for this, but I'm not going to win.
We know who's going to win this one.
This fire
This
challenge?
challenge.
I think it's going to be Becky.
Yeah, we know who's going to win.
I think Becky's
It took her a
Remember
good
the
like
question you
15
asked
seconds last night. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She's been practicing. Our bad.
right?
I'm going to try my best, but
Oh
you know,
yeah, for sure. Same.
it is what it is.
Yeah, so if there's a fire challenge, now that it's raining, that might be really difficult for everybody. So we'll see how that goes. But I know Becky is amazing at making fire, so.
I feel pretty defeated. I don't feel like I can win against the jury anyway, so at this point, try my best to make fire. If I can't, then they'll probably vote me out. I'm okay with it. I think if they do vote me off the next challenge, I think that they should really try to get Becky out, honestly, if she doesn't win immunity, because she will win.
Right now, the new plan is to get out Becky, because now there's no idols in the game, and we gotta get Skitter out because we're going down to 4, and this is like the best move because no one has an idol now, and they might be replanted, so it's kind of a fair game for everybody.
Becky, give me some tips.
Right? Maybe later.
I had to try.
Why don't you give me some
I
tips?
watched you both times, though.
No, you only watched one time.
No, I watched you at Skitter when we slept at Skitter, and I watched you last night.
Oh, I did that Skitter?
Yeah, remember?
So I made fire 3 times? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you wanted to. You said it was therapeutic.
I do like it.
You wanted to. You said it was therapeutic.
I think Becky wins against anyone if she makes it there, so she's probably going to be number 1 in my opinion. If she wins, I would probably vote Brandon out right now just because Jasmine has been loyal to me. And then we would go into the final 4, and I would have to go. If Becky wins right now, then I would have to go to the final 3 with Jasmine because we would have to vote Becky out at final 4 regardless. And Becky's really good at fire making. It looks like it's a fire making challenge coming up, so better beat her at final 4, I guess, if I can even survive that long.
Now we're gonna have an immunity challenge, and I'm gonna hopefully get the necklace, and we'll see what happens.
All right, welcome to your next immunity challenge. Jasmine, I'll take back the necklace. Thank you. I like that you all bend down for me like I'm really short. So for this immunity challenge, we will be starting at the logs that are wrapped around over there. One person at each log. You must first chop your log with an axe into 3 sections. Once you have 3 sections of wood, you can move on to the fire making. You'll be obviously building your fire underneath the string. First fire to break twine wins immunity. All right, ready, set, reveal.
Oh.
Go ahead, Tony, pick your spot. Pick the log. So this is the station, first station, second station, third station, fourth station, fifth station.
I was thinking it was the last one.
3?
We're going out there. All right.
Yep, go stand next to your log and your axe. Let them choose first, okay, Jasmine? Yep. 4 immunity, guaranteed spot in the final 4. Survivors ready? Go!
Fire making challenge was fun. My favorite part was taking the hatchet and cutting on the wood. Bang, bang, pop, pop, bang, bang, pop, pop.
Brandon has his first piece cut, working on his second. Cameron cuts his first piece, working on the second. Jasmine, Tony, and Becky still working on the first.
I don't know, I just like hitting stuff.
That one's thick.
I have never made a fire before. I didn't practice before this started. Dumb of me. And then they're like, you have to axe a piece of wood first. And I was like, oh god, I've never really used an axe either. We started the challenge and I'm the first one to break through the wood and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I have slightly a chance.
Cameron has his log in 3 pieces. He's going. Brandon and Cameron both starting their fires. Everyone else still working on the first cut.
This is the thickest, but it's also a different kind of tree, and it's way thicker.
They picked their own spot.
Oh my god. I can't feel my hand.
Becky's almost all the way through the first cut. Cameron working on the magnesium.
That was hard.
Tony has 1 piece cut, working on the second.
Come on, baby.
Jasmine is looking to other people to figure out what she should do first with the flint.
Oh, that's not what I was doing.
That's what it looked like.
A little closer.
Cameron has fire, starting to build it up. Becky has her first piece cut, working on the second. Tony's still working on his second piece. Cameron's slowly building up that fire. Brandon and Jasmine both doing sparks to try to get something to light. Tony's heading back to start making his fire.
Here you go, Tony.
Cameron's slowly building his up, trying to get it to reach the twine.
I do not know how to make fire.
Come on.
If there was a tribe of 10 Tonys and one of us had to make fire, we would never get fire.
Brandon and Jasmine, both looking for sparks, trying to get something to light. Becky almost through her second cut. Cameron hoping that his can reach the twine. It's getting really close. Cameron hoping that that will go through that twine. Everyone else working for starting to catch. Becky's still working on her last cut. Cameron's getting really close, using wood to hold up his fire. Becky through, coming over to start making her fire. Jasmine with some good sparks. Becky working on a pile of magnesium. Cameron just waiting for that twine to finish burning.
Just do it already.
Anybody else even going to be able to get fire? No. Once they're out of wood, it's done. Becky has a flame. She's got to keep it going now. Cameron's got a big fire going. Hoping it'll cut through. Cameron's fire is dying out. Definitely a good thing you lowered it. Sure you don't want a Band-Aid? Okay. Becky's building up her fire, trying to get it tall enough to reach the rope.
Can I get wood from other people?
Yes.
They know.
If
What?
they want to give it to you.
If they want to.
Middle of the challenge, I was like, can I give Cam my wood? And she was like, yes, so I give him my wood.
You hear that, Brandon?
I did hear that.
Okay.
Jasmine gave some wood too.
I think it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's kind of lame that they both shared their wood with Cameron.
I did cut my finger doing the flint. I was just like trying to do off the magnesium, and then when I went and turned it around to strike the strike side, whatever it's called, I had took the serrated side and put it into my finger and kind of sliced it, so it's like a big chunk of skin hanging off. It'll be okay. I was bleeding everywhere. Whatever. That was a big reason though why I gave my wood to Cameron, because it was like kind of painful to hold that right there, so.
Becky's getting a good teepee going on over there. Thanks a lot, Liza.
I wanted Cameron to win immunity and guarantee myself into the Final Four, and I did not want Becky going further.
Tony's completely giving up so that Cameron can have the rest of his wood. Brandon, not willing to give up his wood to anybody else.
No, I'm not. I'm playing for me. Sorry.
If you need to come on this side, Becky, you can. That's totally fine.
There you go.
Also, watch over the torch.
I'm playing this game for myself. I'm not playing for anyone else. So I wasn't going to share my wood. I wasn't going to help somebody else win.
Cameron's fire is getting nice and big. Becky's trying to keep hers up. Both fires still really big. Brandon, you sure you don't want to give up any of yours to anybody?
I'm not giving up.
You're the only one who hasn't shared.
I'll sit and watch, but I'm not going to save it.
Come on, Brandon, please.
It's obvious that me and Becky are on the bottom at this point. So if I help Becky win the challenge, I'm voted out. And if I help Cameron win the challenge, Becky's mad at me going to jury, thinking I wasn't actually working with her. So I feel like a smart approach and just said I will watch the challenge and I'm not sharing my wood with anybody.
Becky's fire is really tall.
Burning hard.
Can she keep the flames that big?
Blocked it in.
Cameron's still working on it. It's getting real close. Cameron's just waiting for his string to break. Becky's is starting to turn black.
I know. Yours is on fire. It's coming. It's coming.
Yep, Brandon's string is on fire.
I'm Cameron. Yeah!
Cameron wins individual immunity and a guaranteed spot in the final four. Now can we get some water?
That was hard. I'm very proud of myself. What's the matter? That was an amazing comeback. Like, if you would have gotten that, it would have been amazing.
It's gonna make me cry.
How's emotions?
I'm sorry. You did great.
Thanks. I mean, I know it's just a game.
I know.
I'm just tired.
No, I know.
And I was so close.
To be the last one there from the axe, like, yeah, you did amazing. It was great.
Yeah, that comeback though, I thought you were done for.
I know. I was like, yeah, she's the best fire maker.
You guys both ready? All right, Cameron, come on over and get individual immunity for the third time. Sorry, I do that every time. Congratulations, you'll be immune at the next tribal council. We'll give you guys a couple minutes to strategize, and then we're gonna head in.
Oh my goodness. So we just had a challenge. It was chopping wood and making a fire. And I was chopping wood for a very long time because the wood was very much alive and hard. To the point where my hand was just like, I had no grip whatsoever.
It was tough. In the rain with everyone watching you. Like,
Yeah.
It was tough. It was tough. It was tough.
By the time I got back to the fire, Cameron had his flame pretty much touching the string, as far as I know. I didn't really look. So I hurried up and made my fire. And it got really close to definitely burned part of the string. But then Tony gave... Sorry. I'm like trying not to cry. I don't know why I'm crying. Tony gave Cameron his wood, as Cameron's was pretty much dying, I think. And so he was able to get it up and break it. I was so close.
I got like a flame once, and then Cameron was running out of wood. He's in my alliance, and it was Becky behind him, and I gave him all my wood. But I feel like I can tell by his eye contact with me that I think he's gonna vote me out right now. It's like sucks because I gave him my immunity idol last time, which would have put me in 4, and I gave him all my wood to win.
Becky, I'll be honest. I'm probably gonna vote for you.
I understand.
If you get to the end, you would win. I mean, I would vote for you.
I don't think
I would
so.
100%
No,
vote
I
for
do
you.
not.
Becky, this time I am voting for you.
But,
No.
I mean, I've had a really fun time these past 2 days playing and getting to know you, and I thought it was really fun to, like, I don't know, you did crazy to get back into this Claude and Scraps, and I really respect that.
Thanks. I mean, I would not win at the end, but I understand that you guys have a Final Four, and I respect that. You know, that's how you win the game. I know that much. You
Right.
stick with your numbers. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Cameron, Jazzy, Brandon, and Tony have a Final Four, so it's definitely me. I'm gonna vote for Brandon because it's a possibility that they could vote for him to go. He definitely is a bigger threat, I think, at the end than I am, so, like, who knows?
Do you think you can win against Brandon in the final three?
I don't know. He's very well liked.
Yeah. Depends how they're voting.
Very well liked, yeah.
It depends how they're voting.
I don't know, people always say that the jury doesn't vote for who played the best game. They vote for who they like the best.
It's true.
You know, and they just make up reasons for why that person. I think Brandon's done enough.
And then sometimes they vote out of bitterness.
Yeah.
Because someone screwed him over or whatever.
He's done enough that they can all convince themselves, I like Brandon and he played a good game, I'm going to vote for him. You know?
I agree. I think he has a good chance at winning the ladder, though.
Yeah. I agree. We got to stop.
All right, we'll bring in the jury. Emily, Toby, Justin, Jess, and Rebecca voted out the last tribal council. All right. Cameron, why don't you talk about the challenge and how that win felt for you at this point in the game?
Yeah, we had to chop through a log and then build a fire using material to burn a rope, kind of the classic Survivor fire building. The challenge event felt great after the last tribal council where it kind of went all haywire and we voted 3 times. My name was very much out there. Felt like I definitely needed this year. Also to beat someone who's so great at fire in that challenge felt really good, and props to Becky because she got the hardest piece of wood to cut through. She was stuck way back and pushed me to. I wouldn't have won unless I had some help from other people. So I don't know. It was a crazy challenge. My heart's kind of beating.
So Becky, how did that feel for you to come in from behind and then not quite make it?
It was heartbreaking, actually. And I cried a lot, which is way over dramatic for this. But yeah, it was crazy. I was so close.
Cameron, what did you think about the help that you got and who it came from?
It wasn't surprising. It was really, I appreciated it. There was I had some wind that kind of blew my fire over and I ran out of wood, so I got some extra wood from some people who couldn't get their fires going.
And nobody would give me their wood, unfortunately.
So, Brandon, aside from Cameron and Becky, you were the only one who didn't make fire, who didn't give up their wood. Can you talk about that decision?
Yeah, so obviously last round I kind of drew a line in the sand, which sucked. But coming in, when they started giving their wood to him, I was like, I really want to help Becky, but if she wins, I leave. So I was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, I wanted to, but I couldn't.
Becky, how do you feel about that?
I understand the situation he was in, absolutely. And I would have done the same thing. So I hold nothing against him.
So is this vote really going to be as straightforward as it seems?
Probably not.
Based off last tribal, I'm confident in saying yes.
What are you thinking, Tony? How are you basing your vote this time, this tribal?
I'm saying this vote is going to be narrow. It's going to be straightforward.
Anything else you guys want to say before we vote? Feels like you're going to talk.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Anything else, Joe? All right, Becky, you're up.
Look for an idol one more time. You never know.
I feel like they might vote me instead of Becca thinking she has the idol, so this might be my last one.
Alright guys, I'm so close to getting to the Final Four. This vote is a big one. It's going to get me there.
All right, I'll go tally the votes. All right, if anybody has an idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll read the votes. First vote, Becky. Becky. Brandon. That's 2 votes, Becky. 1 vote, Brandon. Becky. The 13th person voted out of Surviving Maine 2019, and the 6th member of the jury, Becky.
That was an awesome challenge. You did great.
Becky, tribe has spoken.
It was a very fun game. I'm really happy that I got as far as I did. I think, one of the biggest disadvantages was numbers. I was on a tribe that had 1 less number at the merge, and so it sucked to watch us get voted off 1 at a time. But, I wasn't the best at challenges, but I feel pretty good about challenges that I did, and I won 1. And I found an idol, which was nice, and I just, it's a great group of people. There's a lot that's out of my control, out of everyone's control in this game. And the other team, they really did the social aspect of the game really well, and that's one thing I was lacking, I think. So it was fun to play. Brandon, you are the bigger threat between you and me, so there's a possibility that Cameron and Jasmine could vote for you. So I hate putting your name down, but it's the only shot I got, so we'll see what happens.
My vote's for Becky. Sorry.
Becky, this vote is for you. I'm very sure you do not have an idol. Good game.
You're honestly probably my favorite person I've met in this game. The nicest, sweetest, kindest soul. I hope we hang out back in Massachusetts together. You were just too tough a competitor, and you wore the wrong color shirt coming into the merge, to be quite honest, and the jury's going to give you all their votes if you make